We acknowledge that Tri-Cities Community Television operates on the traditional, ancestral, and unceded territory of the Coquitlam First Nation. We thank the Coquitlam who continue to live on these lands and care for them along with the waters and all that is above and below.
On Wednesday, March 5th, the gathering place in Port Coquitlam was packed to capacity with community builders and community leaders as the Port Coquitlam Community Foundation celebrated its 13th year of handing out much-needed funding to a wide variety of community groups that provide an even wider variety of services to the people of Port Coquitlam. This year, the Port Coquitlam Community Foundation handed out over $500,000 in funds to community groups in need. Tri-Cities Community TV was there and brings you this coverage.
On behalf of the Port Coquitlam Community Foundation, thank you for joining us once again as we celebrate what's great in POCO. There's many things, but today it's special. I am Dawn Becker, and I am honored to be the chair of the Port Coquitlam Community Foundation Board. The Port Coquitlam Community Foundation acknowledges that we work, live, and play on the Coquitlam traditional and ancestral lands, including those parts that were historically shared with the Katzie and other Coast Salish peoples. Community foundations are these wonderful organizations that demonstrate through our actions and commitment to community service our empathy, support, and vision for a community in which everyone's needs are met, lives are positively affected, and changed. We focus on our community's greatest needs and opportunities. We fill gaps in funding and support less visible charities and nonprofits. And we create awareness and strengthen philanthropic giving. Foundations use community-based capital to create change and opportunities. We are always so inspired by the work our grant recipients do in the community and for the community. And we look forward to all these projects and programs being delivered to our communities. I'd like to now welcome Tora Berg, Chair of the Granting Committee, to the front.
Welcome to our annual Port Coquitlam Community Foundation Granting Celebration. The Port Coquitlam Community Foundation has continued our work to invest in local charities and individuals in order to build a community in which everyone's needs are met. Our own POCO Foundation community grants, along with the Theatre Society Legacy Fund and the City of Port Coquitlam grants, have kept the grant committee busy. In 2024 alone, we reviewed 55 grant applications and recommended 30 recipients to be awarded grants totaling over $110,000. As always, the submissions continue to inspire as we marvel at the work being done in Port Coquitlam to create a community that is healthy and vibrant. Before we begin presenting the awards, I would like to add my thanks to a number of people and organizations. Firstly, thank you to all of the organizations and individuals who applied for a grant. There are many worthy projects, and we hope to expand our reach to fund more of them. Our heartfelt thanks to the donors to our foundation who make these grants possible. A very special thanks to our granting committee who put in countless hours to review and select the successful grant recipients. Our committee is composed of board members, city staff, and community members, each of whom have served this past year, and they are Dawn Becker, Pamela Farmer, Candace Gibson, Karen Gramata, Suzanne Little, Kevin McLeod, Robbie Smith, and Melissa Wilson. I'd also like to thank Karen Gramata for her advice and support as we went through the selection process. To our executive director, Anna, who fields all of your questions and provides guidance to our applicants, and to Beth Turner for her invaluable administrative support. And finally, thank you to the Port Coquitlam Community Foundation Board for supporting our process and approving our recommendations. I've asked Angela Anderson to help me present the awards this evening. We are pleased to announce the 2024 Port Coquitlam Community Foundation Grant Award recipients today. Congratulations to you all. As I announce the recipients, I would invite the representative to come to the front to receive your award and have a photo taken. To begin, we will recognize recipients of the Community Cultural Development Investment Program grants, also known as the CCD grants, from the City of Port Coquitlam. These grants support qualifying individuals, groups, and organizations that offer high-quality arts and heritage initiatives for Port Coquitlam residents. Under the Community Initiatives category, we congratulate Mathila Karnik-Adarkar and her team for their project Diwali, Celebration of Lights in Poco. And I don't know if I saw her today. Oh, it's too bad. Okay. Next, we have the Port Coquitlam Writers Group for their project Poco Writers Group Chat Book, which is a small book containing poems, stories, and other writings. Accepting on behalf of the Port Coquitlam Writers Group is Jennifer Pownall. Jennifer is... Oh, okay. Congratulations to Terra Roots for their project Savor the Season, Learn How to Cook and Preserve Farm Fresh Food. Sophie. Yay! And Melissa. Congratulations. We'll just turn for Jim here. Okay. Thank you. Next, we recognize the Troupe de Poetry for their event Poetry in Poco 2024, and they do send their regrets. Under the project category, we congratulate Arts Council, Tri-Cities Art Council for their project, Public Walks, Public Spaces, Public Arts, and Public Cities. Accepting for Arts Connect is Jamie Bonk and Rose Cap. Congratulations to the Poco Arts Council for their project Free Poco Creative Drop-In. They send their regrets as well. We recognize the Polonez Tri-City Polish Association for their event, the BC Polish Festival. Congratulations, and I invite up Jersey Mazurek and Emma McLaren. Congratulations to the Port Coquitlam Minor Lacrosse Association for their project Port Coquitlam School Program, where the history and cultural heritage of the game is shared with students. Accepting on behalf of the Port Coquitlam Minor Lacrosse Association is Brittany Johnson. Under the professional development category, we congratulate Melissa Berger. Unfortunately, Melissa is not able to join us today. We will now turn to recognize recipients of the Community Capital Projects Matching Grants from the City of Port Coquitlam. This grant allows individuals and organizations to request funding for capital projects in order to enhance community facilities and capital assets that benefit our community. Our first recipient under this category is the Coquitlam River Watershed Society for its project, the Lions Park Demonstration Rain Garden Renewal. Accepting on behalf of the Coquitlam River Watershed Society is Margaret Birch. Congratulations. Next, we recognize Coquitlam Search and Rescue for its project HETS, Helicopter Radio Communication System. Accepting on behalf of Coquitlam Search and Rescue is Tracy and Steve Crawford. Congratulations to the Kinsman Club of Port Coquitlam for its project to upgrade the heating system and water heater in the Kinsman Center. I know that building gets used a lot. Accepting on behalf of the Kinsman Club of Port Coquitlam is Walter Van Drimmelen. Thank you. Congratulations to Poco Minor Lacrosse for their project Gates Park Container Wrap. Accepting on behalf of Poco Minor Lacrosse is Brittany Johnson. Again, that's great. Next, we recognize Theatrics Youth Theatre Society for their project To the Back Row, second stage microphone replacements. They send their regrets today. Congratulations to Tri-City Minor Softball Association for their project Cedar Park Equipment Outdoor Fencing. Accepting on behalf of the Tri-City Minor Softball Association is Randy Dickey. Thank you. Thank you very much. And finally, we congratulate Tri-City Transition Society for their project, Domestic Violence Emergency Shelter and Transition House Recreation Area. Accepting on behalf of Tri-City Transition Society is Jatinder Bhatti and Mary Michaels. Congratulations to all of our City of Port Coquitlam grant recipients. At this time, I'd like to invite Board Director John Adams to come up to present the recipients for the BC Community Prosperity Fund.
All right, I'm honored to be introducing the award recipients or the grant recipients for the Community Prosperity Fund. But first, I'll tell you a little bit about the Community Prosperity Fund. It was a partnership with the province of British Columbia, Community Foundations of Canada, and over 50 local community foundations, of course, including the Port Coquitlam Community Foundation. And this program was to invest $25 million into the BC's not-for-profit sector, empowering community foundations to support local charities and not-for-profits with a focus on reducing poverty and promoting social inclusion. Our Port Coquitlam Community Foundation received many grant applications from a variety of organizations. Our dedicated granting committee, which is full of board members and other community volunteers, reviewed each application to assess the merit and impact on our local community. We are proud to have granted 7 Community Prosperity Fund grants to the following organizations. So first is the Access Youth Outreach Services Society, who works to develop and deliver innovative programs and services for youth aged 12 to 23 who may be disadvantaged, marginalized, or at risk. These services and programs are offered in the Tri-Cities community, of course, including Port Coquitlam, Coquitlam, and Port Moody. So I welcome Steve Kim and Catherine Lonio? Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, that's okay. Everybody does. So I'm used to it.
Thank you so much. One, two, three. Another one.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you. The next grant recipient is the BC Hands and Voices, a parent-driven not-for-profit organization dedicated to families with children who are deaf or hard of hearing. I welcome Lisa Cable and Kim Shower to join us on stage here. Thank you. So the next recipient for the Community Prosperity Fund is Hope for Freedom. They empower men and women with the resources, education, and compassionate support they need to break away from, free from addiction and establish a new life. With a dedicated core team of alumni, volunteers, and staff, Hope for Freedom operates a comprehensive, proven drug and alcohol addiction recovery program. I'd like to welcome Mark Foreman and Matthew Yoon to receive their grant. So the next recipient is New View Society. They create an environment for growth and recovery for people challenged by mental illness by supporting an individual's choice to live, work, learn, and be part of their community, promote recovery in a friendly, safe, and supportive environment for individuals affected by mental illness in the Tri-Cities, and by being flexible and caring society dedicated to mental wellness. I think they send their regrets unless we have anyone from New View Society. Okay, congratulations to them, though. So the next recipient is the Port Coquitlam Community Heritage and Cultural Society, a volunteer-driven not-for-profit organization that operates Port Coquitlam's only museum and archives and is dedicated to celebrating and preserving Port Coquitlam's diverse heritage and culture. So I welcome Pippa Van Velsen to receive the grant. Thank you. Okay, two more. So we have the next recipient is RJ Kent's Residence. This is located in downtown Port Coquitlam. RJ Kent is an affordable, supportive, independent living community. Their supported housing features that make retirement convenient, also let seniors age in place with on-site and nearby support and many activities. So congratulations to RJ Kent. I do not think we have them in attendance. And last but not least is the Tri-Cities Transition Society. So they serve the Tri-City community by supporting emergency shelter and social support for women and children fleeing from family violence and abuse. The Tri-City Transition programs help families pursue peaceful lives. These programs include counseling and educational opportunities to empower women and children who want to escape the cycle of violence. So again, we'll welcome up Jatinder Bhatti and Mary Michaels to receive. Thank you. Thank you. So thank you again for all the applicants and the congratulations to the award recipients. And I think I'm passing it over to you. Yeah, thank you.
Thanks, John. Among our many special partnerships in the community, there's one that does incredible, unique work in our community. The Foundation deeply appreciates the relationship we have with the Westfield family. Through the LIFT Scholarship Program established by Mrs. Kay and Westfield, their commitment has truly changed the lives of many young people and the lives of those around them by providing incredible opportunities. The Cabby Coquitlam Alternative Balanced Education, these students at Cabby are given the opportunity to pursue post-secondary studies. We are honored to partner with Mrs. Kay and Westfield. Please join me in expressing our heartfelt gratitude to Mrs. Kay, Westfield, and Cabby for their dedication to these students. With us today from Westfield is Mrs. Kay, granddaughter Nikki, Courtney Moore, Lillian Areshnikov, Jen Derbyshire. I don't think I missed anybody. We're getting there. And Westfield CEO Kevin Layden. And from Cabby, we have Principal Sandy Lazon and Councillor Robin Charbonneau. Kevin will now speak further to the scholarship program, Westfield and Cabby.
Thank you, Don. Thank you, everyone. Always fun to get up and chat about Cabby. For those people who don't know about this incredible school, I know I have my notes here, but I've got to go on a tangent as usual. Cabby is just an amazing school for a lot of students in SD 43, and getting to know what they do has just been one of the best parts of my job, candid. It's easy to talk. I don't have to necessarily use notes because this school is really special. When you get to know SD 43, School District 43, which covers the Tri-Cities, the graduation rate is roughly 93%. And this school focuses on the 7% that are challenged for a number of different reasons, that they are dealing with circumstances that most of us don't deal with on a day-to-day basis. And these students come together in this school, and it's just got a great leadership team. I'll get to you in a second there, Sandy. But the bottom line is that while I represent Westfield, I'm here today on behalf of the Westfield LIFT program. We have been engaged in the Tri-Cities now since 1981. We are a community developer. Even though we like to do land development and a lot of other things, we feel very much attached to the community. We've been in Coquitlam for a long time, built the Pine Tree Center a long times ago, Westwood Plateau, and our latest land development project is Burke Mountain. We've been recently involved with Port Coquitlam in the last year. We purchased the Port Coquitlam Poco Place, which our team is actively working on how we can bring more rental and units to the marketplace to help the housing crisis that we all face. But having said that, I have to take a minute and point out the fact that we've been dealing with the Port Coquitlam Foundation now for 8 years. The Westfield LIFT program has been in place for 12 years. Unbelievable. And those 8 years, I think it's more than just administrating a program for students and distributing scholarship money. It's actually working through and helping the students along the way. What I really enjoy about working with Port Coquitlam is that they participate with Sandy and Robin and the Westfield team with regards to the students themselves, who's qualifying for these LIFT program. And the LIFT program, basically, if you look at Cabby, it's such a special school. So for these students who are having challenges, there's a daycare, they help those kids out, they do a great job. But what was happening is after they graduated, it was harder to have those support systems around them. So this goes back 12 years when Mrs. K visited. Sorry, I'm going to call you out. That's my job. I may work for you, but I still can have some fun with that. Actually, I work for Nikki and Jen and Courtney as well. Anyway, and Lillian. I can't forget Lillian. I always joke at Lillian. Yes, Lillian, what do I need to do today? But I got to get on track. Sorry, you'll be here all night. I'll try not to do that. But we moved over to Port Coquitlam 8 years ago because administering the program is quite the challenge. And your team has just been fantastic in helping us out and working with us. Mrs. K's vision for the program was that we would provide scholarships for these students who are graduating so that they'd have similar support systems after they graduate that they had during their high school years. And as a result of that, we've given out 188 scholarships in those 12 years. And in the spirit of International Women's Day, which is Saturday, I have that. It's been in my calendar to make sure I thank all the women in our office and in our teams. 105 of the 108 of those scholarships have been for female students. So just phenomenal. So on behalf of Westbuild and the Westbuild Lift, I want to say thank you to Anna, Dawn, and Karen, because they participate with us, they help us, and they help us move it forward. Jen as well, who has spent a lot of her time on this program to help us, and Courtney, keeping us straight. It's easy for me to do this job because all I got to do is tell people what these people do and share Mrs. K's vision, of course. And now, of course, with Nikki, so she's going to take that on. So having said that, I just want to move into the fact that a lot of these students are young, they're challenged, but what I really enjoy mostly is listening to their stories and the challenges that they face. And when they face that adversity and how they just get up every day and they get back in the game and how well they do. And the number of students who have gone on to do many other things we could talk about for quite some time. It's just really enlightening and rewarding to see how that has played out. I do want to also call out Sandy, who's the principal. You can raise your hand there. She's here in the jean jacket. I'll raise her hand for her. Just the mentorship and the guidance for these students to help them stay on track is really important. Sandy, you and your team do a phenomenal job. It's just amazing. The other one I have an opportunity to introduce is Robin. And Robin is, I don't even know how to describe you, candidly. She is a force of nature. I think that's a good term. She just gets these students and she gets them by the collar and just gets them on track, talks to them, follows up with them, keeps them going. It's very positive. Just go with me, work with this. But these students really look up to Robin. And, sometimes we pass out a scholarship and we have to see where they're at, how are they doing. And Robin is just very tenacious, the force of nature, following up on a regular basis to help make this happen. So just on behalf of Westbuild, the Westbuild Lift program, very much appreciate everything you're doing at CABI with the students. Thank you to Jen, to Courtney, and to our team at Westbuild for driving this forward. And of course, Mrs. K, I'll call you out one more time for your incredible vision and your contribution to our community. It's second to none. So without any further ado, I'd like to introduce Robin to the crowd. Come on up, Robin.
Thank you, Kevin. Yes, I'm Robin Charbonneau, and I am one of the counselors at Coquitlam Alternate Balanced Education. Before I talk a little bit about our relationship with Westbuild, I would like to say that I am so honored to be here on behalf of all of my students, not just current, but from before, because I am so incredibly lucky to be able to allow them to be vulnerable with me and to let me be a part of their journey as they share their stories and into the future, because when they leave, they're not just done from that. I have a list on my phone because I have a few things I don't want to miss. As you heard from Kevin, since 2012, Westbuild has been a part of our post-secondary journey for our students with the LIFT scholarships, which stands for the Learning Initiative for Tomorrow. One of the most amazing days at Cabby, and again, I say it a million times, I have the best job in the world, I really, really do. I love it. But one of the best days is our graduation. And it's because it is a group of students that very often would not have necessarily had the chance to experience this for a whole variety of reasons. And it's a very emotional day. It's an excellent day to watch them and be so excited. But then there are these next steps, the post-secondary steps. And for many of my students, for many of our students in BC in general, post-secondary is becoming further and further beyond their reach. The simple cost of living can become quite difficult. It's difficult for many of my students to think about paying for post-secondary when they have to decide about paying for their rent or paying for their phone bills, or will they have access to technology to be able to do their post-secondary studies. Just as a little thing for Westfield and for Cabby, Kevin alluded to we could talk all day about students. Maybe I will a little bit. I just wanted to let you know, because without Westfield, none of this would have happened. Our students have attended or are attending programs as diverse as UBC, as SFU, as Emily Carr, Vancouver Community College, BCIT, KPU, okay? Our students are attending all kinds of programs or have attended. We even have a current Westfield Lift student who is at McGill in Quebec. Yes. Our students have used their Westfield Lift opportunities to become and study all kinds of things. We have students who are clinical counselors with master's degrees. We have welders and electricians and millwrights. We have education assistants and youth workers and social workers. We have artists. We also even have an opera singer who's studying opera at UBC. We have psychiatric nurses, we have mechanics, we have veterinary office assistants, early childhood educators, business administration, computer information systems. We have students who are born in Canada, and we have students who've come here with their families hoping for a better life from other countries. How very fortunate we are to be connected with you at Westfield. I love that Kevin had to say he loves hearing the stories, etc. I want to thank you here today in front of the community for taking the time to care and to listen to their stories, to hold space for my students, to really see who they are, beyond perhaps occasionally what other people see when they think of an alternate program in our high schools. To give them the chance to be patient with them and to understand that growth doesn't always happen the same for every student, which is one of the most amazing parts of this program, that once a student applies and is able to have their Westfield Lift approved, that we can work together to make sure that if they need some time, if they need a little bit of time to grow, et cetera, we can do that, okay? That you work with us to find ways to support all of our students, because that's another thing. Westfield is such a part of Cabby's life that they are always looking for other ways to support us as well. The Westfield Lift is, of course, the hugest piece, but anything we need, they're always trying to find a way to make it easier for us. We truly, this whole program has now evolved, that we truly consider you, Mrs. K, Nikki now, who met today, and all of the Westfield family, Kevin and Jen especially, Courtney as well, to be a part of our Cabby family. So in front of everyone, just want to thank you again for that. Without you, so many dreams would not have happened. So thank you for that. Now, as you've heard, I could talk forever about my students, but I'm going to talk about one in particular very quickly, who you're going to have a chance to meet. Emily Perry, former Terry Fox student, Cabby graduate. I'm also a Terry Fox graduate, so I feel very strongly about that piece too. Emily, big school, managing a lot of challenges outside of school, trying to work on her mental health, trying to keep going with her excellence in education because she is an excellent student. She grabbed this opportunity to come to Cabby because honestly, who wouldn't learn better in a smaller, more connected environment with some self-paced learning and more choice and options? Emily grabbed this opportunity, became a leader at our school, an absolutely intelligent and talented and beautiful young person. Emily is an Indigenous student who is now in the Child and Youth Care Counseling Program at Douglas College, working towards becoming a youth worker. So please welcome Emily Perry.
Hi everyone. I want to start by expressing my deepest gratitude to Ms. Kay, Jen Derbyshire, Kevin, Westfield, and everyone who makes this scholarship possible. You're amazing. Your generosity is so much more than just financial support. It's a belief in students like me. It's a door to opportunities that at one point I didn't think I would have. At 16 years old, I dropped out of high school. I was struggling mentally, emotionally, and school felt like an impossible place to be. I didn't see a future for myself in education. But eventually, I made the decision to go back. I took a chance on myself, and I enrolled at Cabby, a school that changed my life. If you had told 16-year-old me that I would not only graduate high school, but also receive a scholarship to pursue post-secondary education, I wouldn't have believed you. I still remember the exact moment I found out I had received the Westfield Lift Scholarship, June 17th, 2020. I opened up the PDF on my phone, which I still have a screenshot of, and saw my name under the Westfield Lift Scholarship Awards. For a moment, I remember thinking, is this real? After everything I had been through, after all of the doubts and struggle, here is proof that someone believed in me, that I was worthy of this opportunity. I remember having tears in my eyes, feeling a mix of shock, gratitude, and relief. All of the stress and worry that had been building up inside about paying for college, drowning in student loans, and about whether I'd even be able to pursue my dreams, suddenly lifted off my shoulders. And for the first time, I could really see a future ahead of me. This scholarship did more than just help me financially. It reminded me that someone believed in me, that I was worthy of investing in, that I had potential, even in the moments when I doubted myself. For so many students, post-secondary education comes with challenges, balancing school, work, personal struggles. The Westfield Lift Scholarship lightens that load, giving us space to focus on our education, our growth, and our future. It's an opportunity that opens doors many of us never imagined walking through. This scholarship helped turn my dream of becoming an Indigenous youth worker into a reality. What led me to this path was the unwavering support of the youth workers and counselors who guided me through school, especially Ms. Charbonneau. Their kindness, patience, and belief in me made the difference. They helped me navigate challenges, showed me my own strength, and inspired me to want to be like them, to give back and be part of that same support system for other young people. I know firsthand how it feels and how impactful it is to have someone in your corner. And I can't wait to step into this field to support, uplift, and empower youth just as I was supported. What makes this scholarship even more special is how accessible it is. The application process was straightforward, and I had incredible support from Cabby throughout it. Unlike other scholarships that feel impossible to get, this one is truly designed to be attainable for students who need it. Not only does Westfield offer initial support, but they also continue funding students throughout their entire program, even if they need to take a break when life gets tough. Jen Derbyshire's support throughout my years of schooling has been incredible. Every semester, she's been there to guide me, check in on my progress, and ensure I had everything I needed to stay on track. That kind of flexibility and understanding is rare, and it shows how deeply Westfield believes in student success. I never thought I would be here, but thanks to Westfield, I am. To Mrs. Kay, Jen Derbyshire, Kevin, Westfield, and everyone who makes this possible, thank you. Your generosity is truly life-changing. Because of you, students like me get a chance to believe in themselves again. Standing here now, I feel an overwhelming sense of gratitude. The Westfield Lift Scholarship Program saw something in me worth investing in, and for that, I will be forever grateful. I'm thankful to everyone involved in making this scholarship possible, and to everyone who has encouraged me along the way. Not everyone gets a helping hand to reach their dreams. I know how lucky I am, and I will never take this gift for granted. Thank you for believing in me. Your belief has given me strength and has shown me the power of community support, how it can lift someone up in ways they might have never imagined. One day, I hope to pay that forward, just as Westfield has done for me and so many others. Thank you.
Thank you. And thank you, Emily, so much for your words. I know it takes a lot of courage to come up here and speak in front of all these people, but really it's your voice that we need to hear. And you just said it so beautifully. Like it's not just financial barriers, it's that having people in your corner to cheer you on. And I think that's what we've seen over the years from Westfield is that it's a relationship. And that's really what makes all the difference. Yeah, thank you so much. At this time, we turn our attention to the recipients of the POCO Foundation Community Grants. This grant funds projects proposed by registered charities, active in youth, seniors, health and wellness, assisting people who are unhoused, arts and culture, and organized sports. The POCO Foundation grant program focuses on projects that take an innovative approach to serve the citizens of Port Coquitlam. Congratulations to Athletics for Kids Financial Assistance BC Society for their Sports for Life Port Coquitlam program. They send their regrets today. We recognize Hope Air for their program, medical travel arrangements for low-income Port Coquitlam patients, and unfortunately they are not able to join us as well. And House of Omeed for their food refuge program. Ahmad is not able to join us. But next, we recognize the Green Thumb Players Society for their presentation of The Shape of a Girl by Joan McLeod, which is based on the Rena Verk story and presented at local Port Coquitlam schools. Accepting on behalf of the Green Thumb Players Society is Stephanie Duran. Congratulations to Tri-City Transition Society for their project, Intimate Partner Violence Victims Therapeutic Pottery Classes. Accepting on behalf of Tri-City Transition Society is Jatinder Bhatti and Mary Michaels. We recognize Act 2 Child and Family Services for their family counseling program. I invite Fran McDougall to come up. Congratulations to Community First Foundation for their program, Backpack Buddies. They send their regrets. Next, we recognize Biz Kids, Practical Education Association for their program, Resilient Kids, Future Leaders. Accepting on behalf of Biz Kids is Leah Koss.
And I just wanted to say, actually, I'm a student of CABI as well.
Congratulations to Communities Embracing Restorative Action for their program Empowering Youth, which is a joint project with School District 43, specializing in teaching youth the use of restorative justice principles and practices. They send their regrets this evening. Congratulations to Food Bank on Wheels for their project Share Your Christmas, where food was delivered to families in need. Accepting on behalf of Food Bank on Wheels is Ella Victor.
Okay, one more.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Next, we recognize Spinal Cord Injury BC for their program Peer Support for Individuals with Spinal Cord Injury in POCO. Accepting on behalf of Spinal Cord Injury BC is Agasha Mutasasira. finally, we recognize Zajac Ranch Society for the programs that they will be offering at their summer camps 2025. Accepting on behalf of Zajac Ranch Society is Kirsten Downton and Kelly Shea. Congratulations to all of our POCO Foundation Community Grant recipients. The Theatre Society Legacy Fund Arts Grant is intended to encourage and support the development, enhancement, innovation, or mentorship of a diverse variety of inclusive arts in the Tri-Cities region of Anmore, Belcarra, Coquitlam, Port Coquitlam, and Port Moody. Our recipient for 2024 is Evergreen Cultural Center for their program Open Air Performers Series. Accepting on behalf of Evergreen Cultural Center is Jill Cook and Philip Hartwick. We are very excited to announce our first ever recipient of the Thelka Wright Performing Arts Bursary, Xavier Wong. Xavier's life has been immersed in the arts. He is classically trained in piano and guitar. He plays the trumpet and has also performed in a choir. His dream is to become a composer for film score, and he is actively working towards that goal by pursuing a Bachelor of Music degree from the University of Victoria, a very worthy candidate. Xavier is unable to join us today as he's on the island studying at UVic. However, we are thrilled to have with us a previous recipient of the Theatre Society Legacy Fund Bursary. I'd like to invite Connie Getz to come up to share with us a bit about her story and what it has meant to her to have received this bursary. So Connie, come on up.
Hi, thank you, Tora, for the introduction, and to the POCO Foundation for having me here today. My name is Connie Getz. I was the award recipient of the Theatre Society Legacy Fund Performing Arts Bursary in 2019 and 2021. I'm going to talk a little bit about my journey in music, both before, during, and after my education, and then perform a piece for you. From a young age, it was pretty clear that music was going to have an importance in my life. Even as a really little kid, my parents could tell I was super interested in music. My mom said I was a singer before a talker. I would play my toy piano at the same time that she did because I really wanted to just play the piano just like her. And my favorite, you can see, is I was just learning how to stand, and it wasn't like food as a motivator. It was the piano keys specifically and trying to reach really hard to play the piano. So you could kind of guess by that, like, I loved music as a kid. And growing older into elementary, middle, and high school, I was part of a lot of different things in school ensembles, community orchestras, pit bands and musicals, private lessons until grade 12, and participating at worship bands in my local church. When I was in high school, I was known for most people as being that music kid where I was spending all day, every day in the music building, participating in as many music opportunities that were possible. So it wasn't a surprise to most people that I decided to go into music and pursue a Bachelor's in Music degree. So in 2018, I went to the University of Victoria to pursue that opportunity, and it changed my life. While studying at UVic, I had some really amazing performing opportunities. A few I want to highlight is I was part of the vocal jazz ensemble that opened a concert for the Real Group. They are an a cappella group based in Sweden. They went on a North America tour in 2019, and Victoria was their only Canadian stop, and we got to open their concert while they were there. I also performed in a choir alongside the Victoria Symphony, performed along the Royal Canadian Naden Band in Victoria, and performed with other students in the University Concert Band and chamber music, solo performances, as well as with vocal jazz ensemble, which is right there. Along this, I also got to meet some really incredible people, students like me that were really interested in music, and some of them are some of my closest friends to this day. Even though my studies were interrupted due to COVID-19, where half my degree was spent learning either partially or fully online, I was still able to make music with people I love and share our musical gifts of the community through concerts hosted online, one of which was my graduating recital, where I had so many of my friends join me, my mom accompanied me on piano, my dad filmed and recorded the whole thing, and my sister even performed in it as well. That's my sister there. It was while at the University of Victoria that I discovered music librarianship as a possible career, and it felt like the perfect combination of my passion and love of music with my organizational skills. I got to experience music librarian work as an assistant with the Victoria Symphony for a couple summers, and that solidified it for me that I wanted to make this my career. After graduating with my Bachelor's of Music in 2022, I pursued a Master's of Library and Information Studies degree from the University of British Columbia. I completed that program in April of 2024, and for the last 7 months, I've been working as a music librarian for the Vancouver Opera, with amazing people in a job that I could have only dreamed of. Outside of my job and of my career, I still perform within the community. I joined the Capilano Flute Choir, which is based in Vancouver, in 2023, and I really enjoyed playing with them in some performances, one of which at the VSO Day of Music last June, and as well as our annual Flute Choir Exchange, where flute ensembles across the Lower Mainland and Pacific Northwest come together to perform for one another and to play some music together with over 100 flute players in the same room. There are a lot of experiences that I could go in and talk a lot about, but none of the things that I described would have been possible without the support of my family, my friends, my teachers, my colleagues, and the larger community as a whole. Receiving the Theatre Society Legacy Fund Performing Arts Bursary gave me the opportunity to study what I love and make connections that will last a lifetime. In a world where performing arts is not always valued as it should be, it warms my heart to hear that the POCO Foundation continues to see the positive impact performing arts has on the community, as well as their dedication to uplifting young artists and helping them achieve their dreams. I am so thankful to the Port Coquitlam Community Foundation for supporting my education and career ambitions in music, which have helped to shape me into the musician, the librarian, and the person that I am today. Thank you.
So as we've seen, the total amount granted in 2024 to all these amazing charities, these programs, these individuals was $505,000. That is an awful lot of support, change, and opportunity. Thank you to everybody. One of the Foundation's community partners is Patina Brewing, just down the road that way. Patina has created a beer in celebration of their 5th anniversary and their community focus that has been launched here this evening. It is at the bar, and it has a special label, and it includes the foundation. This beer supports the community with partial proceeds of sales donated to the Foundation's More Family Community Fund, and it is available now, and I believe the formal launch is in about 45 minutes over at Patina. And it's available till the rest of the year. Now's the time to express an awful lot of thanks and appreciation to the grant committee volunteers who met to select this year's grant recipients from a very impressive and worthy list of applicants. Thank you. The need is great in our community still, and that increased need only makes the work of our grant committee more difficult. We also thank Port Coquitlam City Council for their ongoing support of the foundation and our work. I want to express my deep appreciation for our dedicated and community-focused board members. We are a working board, a volunteer board, and we care very deeply about our community. As you may have noticed, Tri-City TV is here filming the event this evening. We're also recording video testimonials, and if anyone would like to share their impact story for our foundation video, which will be coming later this spring hopefully, please see Jeff or Bill. I'd also like to ask all grant recipients to please come to the front for a group photo. And finally, friends and guests, thank you so much for attending this evening and joining us as we celebrate the power of philanthropy here in Poco at home. Thank you.